Welcome to Jeremiah's Porch Talks. This is where we take a few minutes and talk about leadership in life, right from my front porch here in Sykesville, Maryland. Rain or shine, this is a time for us to reflect, reset, and get ready for whatever comes next in our respective journeys. I'm Jeremiah. Thanks for joining me. Today, you're joining me while I'm riding a train. Have you ever noticed how the seasons just sort of sneak up on us? One day the trees are full, the next the leaves are on the ground. Then before you know it, snow is on the driveway, and then spring has the flowers blooming again. Life moves in seasons too. Some we welcome, some we resist, but they always come whether we're ready or not. Change is like that. Sometimes it's small. Your favorite restaurant changes the menu, or your phone updates overnight, and suddenly nothing looks familiar anymore. Other times it's life-shaping, like when you move into a new neighborhood. And if we're honest, most of us don't respond to those changes with excitement. We get nervous, we worry, and we push back. And here's the good news. There's nothing wrong with us for feeling that way. It's actually how our brains are wired. Our brains are prediction machines. Our brains love patterns. They love routines, things they can expect. When something changes, whether it's small or life-shaping, the brain throws up a red flag. Think about moving into that new neighborhood. The grocery store is unfamiliar. You don't know which aisles your favorite products are in, and you don't know how they conduct their sales or their business. The traffic patterns throw you off, and you don't know where the shortcuts are to get around some of the bad traffic. Even the small things, like figuring out which diner makes the best pancakes, can take a lot of extra effort. You feel unsettled, maybe even frustrated. That's not because you can't handle it. It's because your brain is working overtime, searching for patterns it just hasn't built yet. Change, especially the bigger kind, is exhausting because the brain is busy drawing a brand new map. But here's the beauty. Just because our brains sound the alarm doesn't mean that we're actually powerless. We actually have tools to calm the storm and move through the season. The first tool is simple but powerful. Name it to tame it. Neuroscientist Daniel Siegel showed that when you put words to your emotions, I feel anxious about this change, as an example, the alarm system in your brain quiets down. Naming your fear doesn't make it bigger, it makes it smaller because you've dragged it out of the shadows and into the light. The second tool is to progress in small steps. Harvard researcher Teresa Amabile found that when people make even tiny progress, their motivation skyrockets. So if you're in a season of change, don't try to conquer the mountain all at once. Just take one step, pay one bill, make one phone call, have one honest conversation. That's how fear gives way to momentum. The third tool is anchors. In stormy waters, a ship drops anchor. In stormy seasons, we need anchors too. Maybe it's a morning walk. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's prayer. One or two habits that don't change, that tell your brain, hey, you're safe. You still have ground to stand on. And the fourth tool is community. Research on resilience shows that people who connect, who share their stories, who lean on their friends and family, bounce back faster. If they don't have family close by, or you're still searching for a friend, community, then find a meetup group. Get involved in things that you're passionate about, and start taking little steps to engage with others that are around you. Change can make us want to isolate, but healing comes when we share the load. You see, your brain doesn't hate change, it hates uncertainty. The moment you give it a roadmap, fear starts to shrink and hope starts to grow. Change doesn't demand perfection, it asks for presence. One small step at a time is enough. Or, as the Japanese scholar Kakuzo Okakura once said, the art of life is a constant readjustment to our surroundings. You see, that's what seasons of change are, adjustments that keep us moving forward. And maybe Einstein put it even plainer. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. In other words, change is not a failure or something that we should be shunning at. Instead, it is a sign of the possible, and it provides hope for growth in the future. So if you're walking through a season of change right now, don't beat yourself up for feeling the weight of it. Leaves don't fall because the tree is weak. They make room for new life. The same is true for us. Hold on to your anchors, take small steps, speak your fears out loud, stay connected, and remember, this season won't last forever. The snow will melt, spring will come, and you'll find that you've grown roots deeper than you ever could have imagined. That's it for today. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on Jeremiah's Porch Talks. Rain or shine, I'll see you next time. And always remember to keep the most important things.